Okay everyone, so now we are discussing the next type of topology, and that is the bus topology. Well, there is some kind of bus in which all the computers are connected. That's why we are saying it as the bus topology. Now to make you understand about the bus topology, I am taking one simple diagram. Let us suppose that there are few stations. We know that stations are the computer. So let us suppose C1, C2, C3 and C4. Let us suppose four computers are there and there is a cable. Now one cable is present. Now these all computers are connected with that cable. The cable is also known as bus. That's why we say it as the bus topology. So we can say that it is the bus. Now we also know that it is not a twisted pair cable that we are joining here directly. That is not possible. So here we have to place some small device because the direct connection is not possible. Although if we are using a twisted pair cable, the direct connection is possible, but in the network we don't use twisted pair. So that particular device which we are using here, the small device, that is called the tap. And the line which is connecting the computer and the tap is called the drop line. So this is the diagram of the bus topology. Now we can see that the computers are connected with a single bus with the help of the tap and the drop line, and they are working. So this is the bus topology. Now I am telling few points about the bus topology. So the first thing is that all stations means the computers. So all stations are connected to bus. Bus, or we can say that the cable. So all the computers are connected to a single cable, that is for sure true. And the second thing is that it is the multi-point. Multi-point is called the broadcasting. If let us suppose that somebody is sending the data, let us suppose C1 want to send the data to C3. Now it is using the single wire. If the data is going like this, obviously it will move to C3 as well as it is moving to all the computers. Although C2 is not going to take it and C4 is not going to take it, but still the data is sent to everyone. C2 will discard it, C4 will discard it, and C3 will accept it, but still it is a broadcasting. It is a multi-point. That is not good. So multi-point communication is there. Let us suppose that I want to talk to one student in the class, but I am going into the class in front of 60 students. I am saying yes, please do it. So other 59 students are also listening what I am saying. Okay, so that is the same concept. If C1 want to communicate with C3, C2 and C4 are learning and maybe they are hearing what the C1 is sending. So that is the multi-point. And the next thing about the bus topology is the cable is backbone. So cable is the backbone for all the devices. Means if the cable is not working, then obviously nobody will work. No computer is working. So cable is the backbone to link all devices. In network. So if cable is not there, there is no network. And there is one more protocol we can say that which everybody is having. The protocol, or maybe you can say some rule. So they have defined a rule because there is a broadcasting thing, and we have also learned such type of thing in very first classes, that if both are sending at the same time, let us suppose that C1 want to send the data to C3, parallelly C4 want to send the data to C2. Now if the data is moving like this from here to here, and the same time the data is also moving like this, so there is a chance of collision here. So here collision can happen. So if collision is there, obviously data will be lost. So there is the one rule that all the bus topology is going to happen, means all the computers are following it, and that is one station can transmit at a time. So one station can transmit at given time to avoid conflict. Well, conflict is the collision. So to avoid the conflict, we are giving everybody a specific time. On this time, you have to send. So that is a deal every computer is having in the bus topology. And one more thing is that the network is extended with the help of the lengthening the wire. So if we want that increasing the network, no problem, just increase the wire and connect more computer. So network can be extended by lengthening. Lengthening means increasing the length. Lengthening of wire. So if I have to connect one more computer, say C5, so no problem. Increase the length of the wire. Now connect one more computer. So this way we can increase the network if we want. So now we are discussing the advantages of the bus topology. So the first advantage of the bus topology is that it is having the less cable. Well, again, we may think that we have learned one thing, increasing the cable will increase the network. Then again, we are saying less cable. We are saying the less cable in comparison with the mesh topology. So in comparison with the mesh topology, it is having the less cable, and it is very flexible architecture. Flexible architecture because it is totally very easy. We can see that we are extending the cable, we can increase the network, small devices are placed. So it is the flexible architecture. Then it is very easy to install. There is no as such the complex thing present inside that particular network, and it is also easy to extend. Only by increasing the length of the cable we are extending the network. So these are the various advantages, and now we are going to discuss the disadvantage. So next one is the disadvantages. Well, the first and the foremost disadvantage is that fault diagnosis is very difficult. Well, fault diagnosis is very difficult. That is because we are dependent upon the single wire. Let us suppose that in between at this place the network goes down, so network is not working. Now C1 want to send the data to C4, it cannot send. Again C1 want to send the data to C5, it cannot send. But both the computers are not aware whether the fault is at this place or it is at this place or at this place, because anywhere the wire is broken, they are not going to send the data. So that's why we have to check all the computers and checking which wire is not working, where the cable is broken. So that's why the fault diagnosis is very difficult. It is not like very easy way to find out the fault simply. Because if the network is going to break in between, let us suppose here, so there will be the two parts of the network and they are not connecting with each other. So that is the problem. Then second thing we are having is the single point failure. Now, single point of failure, and we know that this time the single point of failure is the bus. So backbone bus, if it is fail, let us suppose that this bus is not working. Now whole network is based upon the bus. So if the wire is not working, then how network will work? So that is a single point of failure. And again it is the difficult maintenance. So difficult maintenance, it is because of the fault diagnosis is difficult. If we are finding the fault very late, so how can we maintain it fast? First we are going to find out the fault, then maintain it. So obviously it is very difficult to maintain. And one more thing, if we are extending the wire, means the cable we are extending to increase the network, as we have learned. So if we are increasing the cable to 100 kilometer, will it be having the same speed, same bandwidth? No. So repeaters are used. That means repeaters are required. So repeater required to extend bus. If you are thinking of extending the bus topology and you are going to extend the bus, means the cable, then repeater will be used. If we are going to increase the network, let us suppose that there, so at this place one repeater is also required. So this repeater is going to regenerate the signal. If we are increasing the bus to so many kilometers, then you can assume that how many repeaters are required. So that is the disadvantage of the bus topology. And so many books are saying that there is one example of the bus topology, and that is the Ethernet. We guys know that the Ethernet we are using. So Ethernet is the IEEE 802.3. Actually, there are some standards which are fixed into the network. And if I talk about these standard, if somebody asks that what is IEEE 802.3, so that is the name of Ethernet. It is the technical name of the Ethernet cable. So in the examination they may also confuse you, explain IEEE 802.3. So you must know that that is the Ethernet, nothing else. So Ethernet is the example of bus topology, because today we are using the Ethernet as the cable. So that's why it is used for the bus topology. So that is all about the bus topology. And now we are going to discuss the next topology, that is the ring topology.